see. Maybe too bright. There, it's better. Shades. There. That's better. You see, there's a little bit of haze. Still coming in. Yeah, it's too small. Dude, raise it up just a little. All right. Not too bad. All right, let me see here. Refresh. There we go. Killinger, you're second there, Killinger. Matthew Bell is first there, Chris. He beat you there, Chris. Let me see here. Greenville, there's Josh. Got a few people here watching. Good deal. Let me see here. Hit the mute button. That wood guy. A few people on here. Good deal. So many people get on here today. It's about 6:30 here in Tennessee. Actually, 6:37. There's Joe down in Georgia. Akron, Ohio. People watching from everywhere. I tell you, that's awesome. Minnesota. I just stopped the splitter. Good deal. Appreciate that. Let me see here. Ontario, Canada. From PA, North Carolina. Good deal. Missouri. All right, we got, let's see, we have, so my wife is actually moderating this from inside the house, and Killinger, he's one of the moderators. He's on here also. And let me see here. Let me see here. There's Tim talking about the LT50. There's Victor and Richard. I can't keep up, my goodness. There's Craig. Don't worry about that, Craig. Sometimes if I don't respond to you though, Craig, it's probably because we're a few hours behind you. Let me see here. Good deal. I got a few people here. We're not done one of these lives here in a few weeks. And how's the quality there? I don't know. Somehow I can get this new camera and link it up with these lives, they say, and makes it a little bit better. So I'm working on that. I'm also trying to figure out how I can look straight ahead and kind of talk to you guys and see what's going on here, not have to look down constantly. But it's clear to me. Okay, thank you there, Sue. There's Indiana Doug. That's good. Well, good deal. I tell you what, the quality is on my end is not great for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, the new camera's nice. It is a Canon M50 mirrorless. I have no idea what a mirrorless camera even means. And somebody commented today about my depth of field. They said, good job in the video, and I really like how you adjusted the depth of field. I don't know what depth of field even means. I thought that was kind of funny. Me and my wife got a kick out of that one. I don't know a whole lot about these cameras, to be honest with you. Autofocus is my best friend, put it that way. Let me catch up here. Glare from the, yeah, I see that glare. That's probably what I'm seeing as well. It's kind of glaring in from the, all right, Christine with the first super chat there. How's it going? Well, I'll tell you what's been good here in Tennessee. It's just been raining all week, but super chat, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll have to show that to Bruno later. If he was out here, I'd show him that. Let me see. Christine, I'm assuming you're in Canada, is that right? Got the CA there by the currency amount there. I'm assuming that's what that means when I see that pop up on here. I could be wrong. You have a light above it that's causing the haze. Yeah, okay, there's the light. You guys see it as well. Let's move around here just a little. Just a little. All right, hang on. We're moving. All right, we moved. That's a little bit better. Okay, Montreal, Quebec. Good deal. I see those CAs pop up, and I was always curious what that was. Okay. All right, Matt the Excavator. Appreciate the super chat there, Matt. This is awesome. Everybody's jumping in here tonight. How many people? 76 people watching. Pretty good. I think it's a lot better there on the quality. I think it looks better. We got these LEDs over here, and they're terrible for cameras. I'll tell you, they last forever, but cameras have a hard time with them. All right. So 2 super chats so far. Matt the Excavator, and then we got Christine there in Canada. There's my buddy James. Another, I'll tell you what, got enough moderators here tonight. I should keep all the political crap out of here. Of course, it's not been too bad since the elections ended. A lot of that spam kind of slowed down after then. It's a whole lot better with that haze out of there. A good deal. All right, so, all thing I need now is a stool to sit on here, and I'll be ready to go. Do you sharpen your old blades? I sure do. We have the Wood-Mizer sharpener and setter both, and I'm not sharpening blades in a long time. But yeah, we sharpen our own blades here. You see Montreal, Quebec, all kinds of people watching here. Good deal. All right. All right, guys, I have nothing to really share or talk about here, so if you have any questions or want to know something, hit me up there and I'll try to answer them here. Let me see here. There's a guy, and he's in Quebec as well. Good deal. What's the circular saw that runs along the bark of a log for? That is the debarker. Hello, Joe. See that you're in Philly now. That's the debarker, and what it does, it just cleans the bark off and the blade hits it so it does not hit the bark. And that makes your blade last longer. And the debarker is not sharp, it's really a blunt edge. And I've seen guys talk about those things lasting like 10 years. It's just clearing the bark off. It's not a sharp edge at all. Coffee, I do not. I am out of coffee filters, Paul. So I was telling my wife earlier, we're out of coffee filters. I gotta get coffee filters first thing in the morning. Can't believe I'm out of them. Rainy evening. It's rained here off and on for the past few days. Preventive maintenance, I do a lot. I soak that thing in ATF all the time. I use my DeWalt grease gun over there on all the hydraulic pivot points. I do a lot of preventive maintenance on that sawmill. And the biggest thing is lubrication, I think. If you just keep everything lubed up real good, I think you're good to go and keep your oil changed. That's the main things on there. Let me see here. There's Ed over in Gate City. Thanks for the video on how to get logs. I found someone just to go see if play. Well, good deal, Ed. Those people are out there, and once you start finding them, they'll tell their buddies, I'll tell you. All right. 2x4s, man, that's a lot of money for a 2x4. I don't know why lumber is so high. I've heard 4 or 5 different theories, but I've never heard a really specific reason. Matt the Excavator, the best way to sharpen your splitting axe. If Killinger's here still, he'll answer that, Matt. I would trust his judgment more than mine on axe sharpening. But Killinger may have done a video on that as well there, Matt. Maybe he's still watching here and he'll see that question. I would rather him advise you than me, to be honest with you. Because I've never sharpened a splitting axe. I have one splitting axe here and I've never even used it, to be honest with you. But let me see here. A small file too. You know, sometimes you can get that edge too brittle as well. Are you getting chips at the end of it? That may help you out there. How do you actually handle those blades? Those things look like a slinky. All right, there's Killinger. Good deal. He's talking about the split match right there. Good deal. Yeah, because I had a Fiskars there at one time years ago, and it was just kind of like Chris was saying there. Let me see here. The blades, they're not too bad. Once you learn how to flip them and fold them and coil them up, they're not too bad at all, actually. You just develop muscle memory when you fold them up. You get pretty fast at it. Not enough labor at the mills. Maybe so. The ratio used for water to pine saw anymore is 0. I'm using diesel now on everything, but when I was using pine saw, I would have 5 gallons, and I think how many gallons does that thing hold? Maybe 5 gallons. I would just dump some in, maybe a fourth of the bottle. I wouldn't even measure it. And but try diesel, man. That thing it works really good. Really happy with diesel. All right, here I'm trying to develop my own way and incorporate everybody from YouTube that I've seen. Okay. There's Cecil, 4 pound, talking about the hat's head there. This is nice. These little chat streams get busy with you guys asking questions and other people answer them, and things kind of take off here. Good deal. The best wood is black walnut, and the second would be when I quarter saw white or red oak. I got a bunch of oak to quarter saw here this summer, guys. A lot of it. God, we got a lot of oak here. I'm not even showed you guys all the oak we have here. This thing's still coming through. All right. Let me see. Are you guys still seeing this? I'm getting a spinning screen on my end here. Let me know there if it starts freezing up on you. Let me see here. Favorite cat is probably a mama cat, the oldest one we've had. She's probably the favorite. The mulberry went to yes, good deal. All's fine. Yeah, okay. My screen, who knows? Who knows what does this? These lives sometimes act up on you here. All right, the mulberry log was not mine. It was a customer's log, and he made furniture with it, actually. Pin oak, I have sawed pin oak a few times for trailer decking years ago. Let me see here. Sharpening stones. Sharpening stones. If you're talking about the stones on my CBM wheel for my sawmill, those are about $130 a piece. Watch from Belfast. Well, good deal. The new Canon, I like it so far, but I don't know a whole lot about cameras, but it's working pretty good. It's a mirrorless camera. I couldn't tell you what that means, but I like it really good. Mike Morgan uses his. That's where I got the idea from. So it's a good camera so far. The timber framing process, I have actually showed every bit of it on here, and I am a complete amateur. But I'll tell you this, it's not as hard as you think. And once you build one with that kind of principle of timber framing, anytime you build something after that, you're going to probably timber frame it because it's stronger, it's easier to build, and it looks better. And it's probably cheaper too, especially with the price of lumber right now. Hello there, Keith. How's it going? The shortest log, you can cut as short as you want to, as long as you put plywood under it to hold it up there. But 4 feet is about as short as I want to fool with. Hello, Jeremy, there in Cairn Creek, guys. My buddy up in Ohio right there. That's the guy who come and poured the concrete for us there for the new kiln, and the new kiln is here. Just not put it together yet. That's a whole other topic of video right there as well. There's TYM Customs. Good people right there. Bit City. All right. Back to splitting. Well, what about, ever cut any hornbeam or ironwood? I have not. The hardest thing I've ever sawed is probably either that Osage orange that Jeremy brought down here or a persimmon I sawed for a Culbertson guy years ago. That persimmon was hard, man, it was hard. There's the Lone Craftsman in Greenville. I drove through Greenville today. It's not too far from here. Thank you, Keith. Brandon White in Church Hill. It's not too far from here either, just over the mountain. If money was no issue, what sawmill would you buy? I'd probably go get that big LT70, probably. Even though mine would cut the same capacity log, it has a bigger engine, faster hydraulics. And the hydraulics move anywhere on the sawmill. And the engine's about 20 more horsepower, I think. And it runs a bigger blade. There's a lot of differences there, I guess. But I'd probably get the LT70 if money did not matter. Yeah, the persimmon was tough, and it had been on the ground for a couple of years. It was only about 10 inches, but it was ridiculous, man. It was a hard log to saw. Have you filmed on your bonfires? I have not. I need to. I need to do some burning, to be honest with you. My little pile's getting pretty big down there. I'll watch some ads. Yeah, so somebody asked me the other day how much I made when they watched my video, and I said your view alone probably made me less than a penny. All right, yeah, we have a garden here. We do all kinds of stuff here. I need to get my garden out. I'm behind actually. I should have had it out about a week ago. I was going to do it this week, but the rain got me. Let me see here. View deleted message. Oh, what the world's that? Black locust, I have not, no. We have black locust here, but it's very small. It's usually rotted right down through the pith, and you can't get one a decent size to saw in this area. And I hear over in North Carolina, up in the mountains, they got some good sized ones over there. Need to see my dogs. I'll try to do some beef footage showing those guys maybe tomorrow. Only famous people get spammed like, I tell you, I got it back during the election. I used to try to do these lives, and it was just non-stop on here, just the spam. It's not too bad now. There's Forrest down in Knoxville. I know who that is. Really like the video of you going to the farmer to get laws. Nice to see you. Yeah, I need to do that more often. He called me actually the other day, and his name is Joe. I forgot his name. His name is Joe. He called me the day. Looks like he's got some hardwoods over there I might go look at. Maybe Friday, if it don't rain. What quarter thickness do you sell the most of? When I was selling a lot of slabs, it was 9/4 because it was all the live edge slabs. That was the most common thickness. Right now the weather is a lot of rain and some decent sunshine, but kind of cool nights. I think today was about 67 degrees most of the day. What are y'all doing over there? These cats are getting in here now. Yeah, the power lines are nowhere near the burn pile. It just looks like it where I'm filming facing that direction. They're nowhere near it. Yeah, Tony, I knew it was you there, pal. You got that kiln up and running yet? Coffee filter fun. If you're just catching on here, I was talking earlier, I'm out of people was asking if I need coffee tonight. I'm actually out of coffee filters. So Joe has pitched in to buy coffee filters. Can't be without coffee now. I drink coffee every day. The toolbox I do, and I'll be putting that back on eventually. I got about 5 or 6 backhoe projects before I take the backhoe off the tractor. Hand planing live edge slabs. I like hand planing now. Indiana Doug with another super chat there, guys. Thanks to him. Let me see here. Martin, no permit required. We live out in the country. Other than Killinger, what's some of your favorite channels? I watch Killinger on here. I watch Karen Creek. I watch Tony's Tractor Adventure. He's over in their side, Tennessee. The Essential Craftsman. I like that guy. I watch his stuff a lot. Not every one of his videos, but I probably watch about 80 or 90% of them, I guess. He's got a good channel over there. He's got a good voice. Something about hearing that guy talk makes you stop and listen. Let's see, that's about the main channels I watch, I guess, on a regular basis most of the time. Hello, Chris. The best smelling wood is sassafras because it smelled just like root beer. I don't like root beer, but it sure did smell good though. Rainler Star, Rainler Star. You know, I watched him a lot years ago, and he's one of the influences on me starting this channel back to about 2015. November 2015 is when we started here. And I still watch some of his videos, not every one of them. I'm not real big into the testing the cheapest Amazon tools and stuff like that. But when he goes back to his bread and butter and does tractor videos or just showing some forestry work, that's his best stuff. I love when he does those, but that's few and far between, seems like, anymore. But his older videos I like a lot. Sometimes I just go back and watch a lot of them. Well, there's Doug down in Georgia. Another super chat there from Doug. How's it going, Doug? Down in North Georgia. Probably not too far from here at all, actually. We're about 4.5 hours from Atlanta. Let me see here. Talking about ads there with the monkey wrench. I actually do YouTube Red as well. It's $9.99 a month or whatever, and that's the only thing besides Netflix I think we have. We don't have cable or nothing like that, and it's worth every penny. You don't see any ads at all. Let me see here. What kind of pole saw is that behind you? That's a good question. A Corona. Speaking of Wrangler Star, he recommended that Corona saw probably 10 years ago when I bought it. That's a good pole saw, actually. Actually, I forgot I had it. Enjoy the channel. Well, good deal, Doug. I didn't think you were too far from us there. We can be in Georgia in just a couple hours if we go down through Chattanooga. There's Scotland. Let me see here. Okay, getting the roof over the kiln, finding the insulation. Yeah, that insulation for the kiln is sure there's a lot to that. That's a big search right there. There's Chris up in Georgia, chainsaw carver, good deal. The Bradleys on Catbird Hill. It's an interesting channel name. What was that? We got a cat in here. That's a shocker. All right. Let me see. How much diesel fuel to water ratio? All 100% diesel right now. I'm running the farm diesel, which is non-taxed and dyed the red. I'm using it 100%. All right. All right, Caden's Outdoor Life, love your channel. I'm 14 for my video. Go on, cat, don't knock that over. Knock over the darn tripods. Go on now. There's Caden. That's a young YouTuber right there, 14 years old. He runs a TYM also, guys. Go check out his channel. Caden, don't be sending me no super chats there, pal. I'll tell you what, you take your money and put it in camera equipment. But I do appreciate it, but I'll give you a channel plug regardless. You ain't got to do that there, bud. Yeah, Mark is a good guy. Mark DeLacy. I talked to him on the phone a few weeks ago. I can never pronounce his name. I talk to Mark on the phone a few times a month. He's a good guy. I would love to get up there and do a video on his sawmill one day. He's got a heck of a nice sawmill up there. And right there, Tommy's mentioning, that's his channel name is Mark DeLacy or DeLacy. I can't pronounce stuff, but go check out his channel on that circle sawmill. That thing is a beast. He goes through logs, real fast. Good Sawyer, real good Sawyer. Off-road diesel is about, I bought 100 gallons a few months ago. What's going on back here? What you knock nothing over? I bought 100 gallons a few months ago to fill up my tank. It was barely 225 or so. And I need some, I'm getting low. So I'm really dreading that, but we'll see, I guess. I'll probably film myself going to get some diesel just so you guys will see what's running. But it was high a few months ago, I'm telling you. All right. How does a 14-year-old afford a TYM? I think his father probably took care of that. His dad is actually TYM Customs there, and he's also a mechanic. I think his dad probably bought him that tractor. He's doing a good job with it. All right, there's a super chat, and that's funny because I bought a French press, gosh, back during COVID when there was all these shortages, and it was hard to even find coffee filters over here. I'll pet you. He's petted to death. But I bought one of those, and I used it one time. I put it up in case filters got gone, but I forgot about it until I saw this. So I guess I'm not out of filters after all, and thank you for the reminder. And if you're not familiar with the French press, watch a YouTube video on them because they're pretty neat, and they're only about 15 bucks or something like that, and they make good coffee. So thank you for the reminder. I should be paying you back that super chat right there. That's, tell you what, Killinger Coffee Filter Fund. I should just keep my mouth shut and act like I'm out of filters here and keep on getting coffee filter money. So I'll take that back. I have no French press. I'm out of coffee filters. Everybody help me out. I'm just aggravating y'all. Let me see here. Yeah, Caden, I figured that was your dad. No, there's Fred with a super chat. Thank you very much, Fred. My uncle's name is Fred, actually. Sawmill companies make a pet-friendly lubricant? I don't know. Let me see here. See you later there, Ed. Pet-friendly lubricant. My cats are all over that Sawmill and they're fine. So anything that I use is kind of non-hazardous, I guess. $3 here. Doug, I'm gonna make a video tomorrow on some hickory. That would get a lot of people excited right there. They've been asking for hickory for a long time. But we'll go by the gas station while we're out tomorrow, Doug, because I need to get some diesel, and we'll take a look and see how much the price is, Doug. And thank you very much for that super chat. That would go toward the diesel fund because I'm 100 gallons short now because I've used it all. Don't you jump up here. Oh, my, here, get down. You're going to knock this thing over there, bud. John Henry is awful. And I would pick him up, but he's got mud all over him. He's been down the creek. All right, where are we at now? But anyways, Doug, thank you very much, and we'll find out tomorrow on the diesel price. The video won't come out tomorrow, probably sometime this weekend, but I'll definitely show that tomorrow. We'll talk about the price of that. Because I'll probably get surprised when I see it. Don't you jump up here. That's enough now. Come on. Yeah, actually on my hickory scraps, the gentleman that cuts hay for us in their front field, he cuts the hay for us. He's going to take that for firewood. So that will be, if that was not the case, I will definitely be keeping it for something like that. But he asked about it the other day. Okay, let me see here. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Hey, Nathan, love the hard work. Keep the Sawmill. Thanks, Jen, for your post. Good deal. Firewater Farm. Okay, Firewater. I don't know who it was for a second. Is that Chris or your or the other guys down there? I'm not sure who monitors your guys' page there. I wish you would go somewhere now. You're gonna knock that over. These cats aggravate me to death, I tell you. Half the time I'm out here fighting the cats. Yeah, I'm going to be using a 4-degree 055 double hard blade tomorrow on those. I've not tried the silver tips on hickory yet that I get from Joe, because the silver tips I have are 045s. If I can get some 055 silver tips, I'll try those on hickory. You need the thicker blade for hickory, no doubt. The 45s, I think, would wonder a little on you. 55s, man, those things are stout. Even when they're dull, they stay nice and straight. I need to hit Joe up, see if he's got any silver tip 55s. If he does, I'll probably buy a box off of him. Martin, I've had a few. Most time it's pine. Hardwoods I have pretty good luck on. Let me see here. Should we start a cat food fund? Nah, we're pretty good on cat food there. Okay. Let me see here. Ethan Blair took forest to receive blades. Yeah, if you're needing blades pretty bad and you want to try out those silver tips I've been using that Joe has, go back and watch that video and give him a phone call, because they're nice blades and he can get them to you in about 2 days. And something else here I covered in that video, I buy my blades from Joe too. He's not sponsoring me or telling me to say all this stuff. I'm just trying to help people out find some blades because people are having a hard time getting them. There's Chris with man, Chris, appreciate that. With lumber prices so high, I'm getting $2 each for 2x3 dunnage for local shipping business. Have you ever supplied dunnage for customers? I have not. But right now, the guys around me that are sawing dunnage, they're charging $1.30 a board foot right now, and they're getting that. Nobody's trying to beat them up on prices, and they're selling every bit of it. There's a guy named Ethan and Matt. They saw dunnage for mobile homes and their dimensional stuff as well. They're getting $1.30 a board foot right now, and they're selling every bit of it. Every bit of it, man. They're making a killing on that stuff right now. Now, used to when I started sawing dunnage, you would get 50 cents a board foot, and that's it. Dunnage is pretty much just 4x4s, 3x3s, whatever somebody needs. If a crane company calls, they need crane mats, we call that dunnage up here. If a trailer company calls who sits mobile homes, they'll want dunnage to use the spacers between the blocks. Just odd stuff, odd thicknesses, they use green. But, so you're getting $2 for a 2x3, 4 inches, 42 inches. So that'd be $4. That's pretty good money. That's comparable to what we're getting up here. And not we, because I'm not sawing it. So that's what the other guys are getting. That's pretty good. You know, like I was saying, when I started, dunnage was 50 cents a board foot. 1x6 pine, 50 cents. Now it's $1.30. 50 cents will barely buy you the logs now. All right, let me see here. I think I'm caught up on most of this stuff. Scroll down. I don't know how long we've been going for here. I've lost signal here on that. Refresh this screen, see if it works better. There we go. How long have we been going for here? 32 minutes. It's 7 o'clock. I gotta get off here pretty soon though. I gotta put a video out tonight that I already finished. So it's 7 o'clock here in Tennessee, or it's 7:08. About 8 o'clock I'll have a new video out tonight, so you can check that out later. Yeah, the double heart walnut was a good one. I wish it was my log. I'll tell you, that was a nice log right there. It had some good slabs in it. Why are wood prices this way? Inflation. I've heard inflation. I've heard price and demand. I've heard lack of people at the mills. I've heard lack of logs, which the log yard here, they're packed. All of them are. You guys will see that in tonight's video. I go to a large log yard and get some hickory the other day. I've heard that people about imports and stuff. I've heard tons of different reasons. I don't know which one's correct, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Hit the like button there. It helps out the live videos. 3 people hit the thumbs down for some reason. There goes all my sleep tonight over those 3 people. Yeah, loggers don't. I mean, loggers don't get the high prices. They got to share what they're cutting with the landowner, which is sometimes a 50-50 or 60-40 cut. And that's the thing too with log prices. They've not really changed here in the past year. Other than walnut veneer that went up a little, which fluctuates regardless, log prices are pretty much the same right now as they was way before COVID. And that's the thing, you would think log prices would be a lot higher, but they're not. The cat haters. Yeah, the people that are allergic to the cats, you're probably right. No doubt about that. All right, so I appreciate these super chats though, guys. I really do. That's going to go in the diesel fund. I'll tell you, I got to refill the diesel tank for that sawmill. I go through a lot of diesel on that sawmill because I do have a lot of idle time, and I'm moving all these cameras around, and I burn more fuel than I like sometimes. Ordered the 250 and the 250 combo yesterday. 6 months, and those right there aren't even made here. I think they're made in Italy. Man, it's a long time for those. So you're getting the automated setter. I got the setter you gotta do manually. It's not any fun. You get the automated setter. That's nice. Well, thank you, Keith. The lumber is bad. Yeah, it is kind of odd. It's kind of odd there on the lumber prices. I got a theory on lumber prices here, and I could be totally wrong. I'm probably totally wrong here, but I feel like there was a shortage last year, and prices on lots of stuff went up last year. And I feel like maybe the lumber industry took advantage of that, started charging more, and people are still paying it, so they're not going to go down. They're making more money. It's kind of like ammunition, the same way. They're charging more for ammo now, hard to find. And I think it's going to go down. Why would you, if you raise your prices on 2x4, $5, and people are still paying it, why in the world would you go back to your old price? I might be totally wrong about that, but that's kind of my theory on the pricing right there. Supply and demand. Well, there's plenty of it. That's the thing, though, is right. Well, that don't make any sense to me either, because they're still overstocked at the stores, and people are still building houses around here everywhere. I'm not saying they're price gouging, but they may have took advantage of the situation there, and they may not have. I don't know, but it kind of makes you think they might have. Yeah, I mean, OSB is expensive. Gosh, everything. Everything's expensive. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. The Northern Viking is here. This guy, I tell you, he does this all the time, it seems like. Diesel power is the best. There is no doubt about that there, guys. I'll tell you. Man, he does those giant super chats right there. Those are awesome. The diesel fund. Well, I'll tell you what, the Northern Viking just about right there almost filled up my 100-gallon tank. So, sir, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And guys, he's done that several times. I'll tell you, that's awesome. Every time he shows up on these super chats, he is very generous, and it is always appreciated here. And these super chats, guys, they go back into the channel. They go back into the channel here for stuff that we need here to keep these videos going. My goodness. There's Adams there for the diesel fund. Good deal. That'll buy us about 2 gallons, hopefully. I'll find out tomorrow what they are, so stay tuned for that. Let me see here. Yeah, a lot of people on the you're talking about right there, the ammo. A lot of the flea market people are coming in and buying all of it when it does come available, and they go right to the flea market and triple the price. That's happening a lot around here, unfortunately. But thank you. Well, good deal, buddy. I appreciate it. As I was saying earlier, you wasn't here. They was talking about diesel prices, and I was telling them I need to fill up my tank, but that will definitely do it, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Killinger there is going to do a timber frame, and he's doing, I think white pine up there is just, it's high. Everything's high. See if you drink. Unfortunately, I do not drink alcohol, but I appreciate the offer there, bud. Got several uncles who would probably take you up on that offer, though, but I don't touch the stuff. 3 major meals. I don't know if that happened or not. I don't know. This lumber stuff gets me, I tell you. And I know some guys around here that are, I mean, they're into it full time, and they really can't explain it either. Why? No, I sure don't. I tell you what though, Jack Daniels, they buy tons of white oak from Northeast Tennessee because we have really good white oak here, and they call it stave logs, and they send it right to their stave plant. And I never seen how they do that process, but they quarter it out like quarter sawing for their wine barrels. You couldn't compete with them if you tried to saw those, and their grain is perfect the way they have their process down. But if somehow they split those completely on a machine for the wine barrels, but that's one thing. That's why white oak around here is hard to buy because the stave markets are paying so high for them. A guy like me can't compete with it. Guitar, not as much as I wish. I got burned out on. I've been playing guitar since I was 12 years old, and I'll be 42 this year, and I am completely burned out on it. I played so much in bands and stuff when I was younger, and I just got so burned out on it. Let me see here. Yeah, you can't compete the specialists. You're exactly right about that. Your lumber, that's the thing too. People will probably, if lumber does go down, I could see a lot of that's something too. That's why a lot of people are having sawmills come out and saw up their logs and their trees so they can just stockpile the wood for when they need it. You know, I went the other day to a lumber yard, and it was a 2x6, oh, 2x8 by 14 was $32. And I know that because I had to buy some. Don't ask me why. But that's pretty high right there for some trusses. 2x8 by 14 was $30-some. That was high. All right, let me see here. Yeah, they probably will normalize, but I agree because these people were making that money. They're still building houses. You know, if you're making that money, why would you turn around and lower your prices if people are paying it? I don't think they're going to. They're going to enjoy their extra revenue, I think. I had a certain project here I needed kiln dried 2x8 by 14s for, so I had to buy some. Because I didn't have time to saw up 2x8 by 14s and kiln dry them. So that's why I had to buy some. Even though you have a sawmill, sometimes you need something in a pinch, and you may have to run and get some dimensional stuff to get you out of a jam, and that's what I did. Because you can't always plan for every lumber size that you need. All right. Would you be afraid to use ash for barn siding? You'd be okay if you got a decent overhang and you keep it up off the ground. But if I had something else, I'd use something else. But if it's all you got, it will work. Just make sure you keep it dry. Rain hitting it okay is fine, but you want to keep the splatter off of it. Lee, I have never saw that before. All right, I think I'm caught up here on this stuff. 45 minutes here. You guys are awesome today. You all have bought me coffee filters and diesel fuel. I really appreciate it. Red cedar I have. Red cedar goes straight into the kiln green. It dries really easy. Beech logs, there's a ton of beech around here, but loggers don't touch it because nobody buys it. My kiln does not use very much at all. It just pulls about 20 amps. It's 110 volts. The new kiln is a whole different story. What can you use to treat the wood to make it last? I don't know. I've tried a bunch of commercial stuff in the past to treat wood to make it last, and it doesn't work. I don't know. A lot of these guys around here still use used motor oil, and they claim it makes it last. So I don't know. There's a product made down in Florida there's a guy who makes fence gates for a living, high-end fence gates. He gets like $100 grand for these gates, and he uses this stuff, and it's like $100 a gallon. He claims it will make your wood last forever outside. I've never looked into it though. Copper coat, that sounds familiar. Okay, yeah, Dad retired back in November, December, I think. He's helping us out here a few days a week. Yeah, Home Depot, they're all high, guys. They are all expensive. A 20-foot 6x6 pressure treater right now is right at, I think, 180 bucks here. Silver tip on LX25. What engine are you running on your LX25? Respond there, bud, and we'll go from there. Appreciate the super chat. Let me know what engine you're running. Yeah, he makes these gates, and they are just. I heard about him on a podcast the other day, and he makes these gates. They're like for cathedrals over in Spain and stuff. They're ridiculous. It takes him like 4 or 5 months to build them. They're all out of Western cedar, so they last better outside. 9.5 horsepower. Well, I don't think you would get the velocity that you would get out of those blades because they're made to run fast. But I tell you what, if you call Joe, I'm not saying he will, but he probably seen you want to try out. You can try one out. He's been known to do that. If you call and talk to him and tell him you're running that 9.5 and see what you think, or see what he thinks about that. And he may send you one just to try out for free, just to see how it runs. But the silver tips, the harder you run them, the better. And I've never ran a Sawmill with a 9.5 horsepower engine, so I'm not sure on that. My last video's got his email and cell phone. You can call his phone, he'll answer. But holler at him there, because he may have an opinion on that. Because he sells blades to a lot of people running all kinds of different sawmills, and he may know exactly your sawmill and who's running it with a silver tip and giving you an example of their experience. How old is that beard? 6 years. I've trimmed it several times. 6 years. 6 years ago was the last time I was clean shaven. 6 years. But Joe Main, that's the last video there, buddy. His email and cell phone both is in that. He may be even on here right now watching this. I'm not seeing him pop up yet though. But thank you for the super chat. That goes in the diesel fund. Appreciate that. We are at 48 minutes. I got a 7:22. I gotta get that video ready. How many people are right? Pretty good. No, sure don't. Don't miss it at all. I missed some of them, the co-workers, but that's about it. Let me see here. All right, I think I'm caught up now. All the super chats are caught up. The Northern Viking there came through with a huge super chat again. Howdy from Georgia. Hello, Richard. All right. I'll try to do these more often. I didn't do one in the past 2 weeks. We've been pretty busy here, so I'll try to do these lives more often than I have been. I've been behind on them. Way behind. I'll try to do one once a week. Do it in here in the garage. Pretty good little environment to do them. So we're caught up there. Good deal. $372. Caught up on that. Okay. All right, guys, this is the time where I start telling you people I'm done, and about 20 questions roll in. 29 weeks. Well, it's getting there. I talked to somebody the other day, and they ordered a new wood miser, and they said 58 weeks before it's ready. 58 weeks before their new sawmill's ready. I'd like to do some redwood one day, Richard. I've never sawed any redwood. That would be pretty interesting. All right, there's Joe. Joe is with us here today. I'm trying to send some more people your way there, Joe. They're asking about those blades. So you may be getting some phone calls here in a little bit. Let me see here. Are they handmade? Not sure what you're talking about there. All right, guys, I'll have to end it here because I got to get in the house and I got a video to put out here in about 30 minutes. So here in about 30 minutes, kind of keep your eye on YouTube, and I will try to get this video put out here tonight. What world's going on out there? Got some cats out there fighting. The mill. I think it's like a production factory is how they make them up there. All right, just sub this week. Well, thank you for putting the water. That's people love when I throw the water on those slabs. Good deal. All right, guys. Thanks for all the super chats, and thanks to Northern Viking for filling up the diesel tank this week. And really appreciate you guys watching us here and catching us here on the live feed. And thanks to Killinger and my wife and everybody for moderating here tonight. That helps us keep all the crap out of here. So, good deal. Now I'm going to try to cut this camera off and not hit the button there. I will hit that one. Let me see if I can cut it off from here. All right. All right, guys. We'll catch you all in the next one. Actually, catch you in about 30 minutes. New video at 8 o'clock.